everyone, how are you guys today? Today I'm going to test out Urban Decay's Velvetizer against Laura Mercier's translucent setting powder. The Urban Decay Velvetizer powder is exclusive to Sephora and Urban Decay's own website. It retails for $34 and you get only 8 grams or 0.28 ounces of product in here. The Laura Mercier translucent setting powder has been there for a while. It retails for $38 and you get 1 full ounce or 29 grams of product, which is a gram short for 1 full ounce according to US measures, but you get 29 grams of product. So if we compare the per gram prices, the Urban Decay Velvetizer comes out to be $4.25 per gram, whereas the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder comes out to be $1.31 per gram. So there is a huge price difference. The Velvetizer also comes in only one shade, this pale yellow, whereas Laura Mercier has now 2 shades, this translucent shade and then a translucent medium to dark shade. The main difference between these two powders is that the first 2 ingredients in the Velvetizer are silica and dimethicone or vinyl dimethicone polymer, whereas the first 2 ingredients in the Laura Mercier powder are talc and magnesium myristate. I'm very sure I'm saying that myristate word wrong. So let's talk about packaging first. Urban Decay has kind of their classic chrome top with a velvet exterior. I'm very sure this outer velvet is gonna pick up a lot of kind of lint and other things on it. Laura Mercier's packaging is this classic powder container packaging, which I really like. I like this bronzy cap that they have. When you open them up, both of them have sifters inside. What I did not like about the Velvetizer is that it is kind of deceiving in terms of how much product you get in there. The first time I read that there's only 8 grams, I was shocked because the bottle looked almost the same size as the Laura Mercier powder container. But if you kind of peek inside, I don't know if my camera is gonna pick up, you can see that little shiny edge. That's the actual container. It reminds me of those kind of fake volume teacups that used to be there at weddings in India, where the actual outer glass looked like this big and you would start drinking and there would only be this much tea inside. That used to be a very, very regular thing at weddings, and it used to always crack us up when we would reach the bottom of the cup. Anyways, now in terms of texture, if I just do like a single press into the powder, this is how they pick up on my fingers. You can see that there is a lot more product on this finger versus this. Like this one almost is non-existent. This one feels like I have more slip because I think the crystals of the powder are bigger, whereas this one does not feel as smooth. It is still smooth, but not as slidey as this one. And once I'm done rubbing it in, you can see that there is a slight hint of white powder on this finger where there isn't any on this one. If I look up close, I can see that the Laura Mercier powder has gotten into the ridges of my finger, and I can see that my lines are slightly enhanced, whereas for the Velvetizer, you really can't see anything. So let's get into the application and see how these powders apply side by side. I'm going to pick up the Velvetizer. This is how it picks up. If I just don't tap it off, this is what it looks like. I'm going to set my left side with the Velvetizer. It is a hot day, so you can see that I'm like instantly sweating as soon as I switched my fan off. And then for the right side, I'm gonna use the Laura Mercier. This is how that picks up. That is after I tapped off. So it's seriously hot. In terms of the first thing that I'm noticing is that my right side feels more matte and my left side feels almost as if it's not been set. But let me finish the rest of my face and we'll talk more about these powders. When I apply, I see almost no difference. Both the powders seem to vanish, but I feel like I'm more matte with the Laura Mercier powder, or I have like a slight hint of whiteness on that side. Now, if you are a fan of baking, I don't think you can really bake with the Velvetizer, it being so fine. It is actually marketed as an additive to your foundation. You're supposed to add a dime size to your daily use foundation, and it is supposed to make it more opaque and thicker in case you have kind of a low coverage foundation. But given the price of like $4 and how much was it, 25 cents per gram, I would be very hesitant to do that with this powder. I really like setting with it because I have super dry skin and it feels like nothing on my skin. The Laura Mercier still feels like I'm using talc. It is full of talc, so you know, I do feel like I'm using talc on my skin. I have gotten used to that feeling, but I can see that if I was the old me who did not like to put the Indian powder on her face, I wouldn't be able to stand the Laura Mercier powder either. I would have been okay with the Urban Decay Velvetizer. It has been over an hour and I honestly don't see much difference. I'm still matte on both sides, though I have been sweating like crazy. I just finished recording another video, and during the parts where I talk, I have to turn off my fan like right now, and I immediately start to gather, you know, little beads of sweat, you know, in my under eye and over my lips, but I still look matte. Overall, just for myself, despite the super high price, I think I'm going to keep the Velvetizer and return the Laura Mercier powder because I really feel that I'll be more inclined to use the Velvetizer than the translucent setting powder. I feel like I have other translucent setting powders that I like as well, like my e.l.f. powder or the Coty Airspun powder, though the Coty Airspun does feel a lot more drying. So as I was saying, I might be more inclined to keep on using the Urban Decay Velvetizer. Given that it picks up so less on the brush, it might last longer. You get almost over 3.5 times product in the Laura Mercier setting powder, and I don't think you can stretch this 8 grams of product to that, but I think it will last longer than what you would expect an 8 grams of setting powder to last. So I will do more check-ins throughout the day and I will let you guys know how these are working out for me. All right, it's almost been 6 hours and this is how it looks. Let me adjust this light. Okay, this is how it looks. Me and this Ofra highlighter and this Ofra lipstick is just amazing. It's super comfortable and it has stayed through a few glasses of water and salad. So in terms of the, this is the maximum I can zoom in. Let me see if I can see it more up close, you know, as I said earlier, just like the dentist. But, so in terms of the appearance, I'm not noticing any difference. So I think you can pretty much pick and choose, you know, what powder suits your budget and you know how it makes you feel. Personally, I can't feel much difference. It might be just, you know, purely psychological, but right now I feel like I want to use a silica based powder more than the talc based powder, and it feels like 1% less drying on my left side where I have the velvetizer on. And it's about time for me to pick up my kids. If I can do another check-in after that, I would do it. If not, I hope you guys like these videos. Me personally, I love doing comparisons, as you might have noted in my previous videos. If you like these kind of videos, please give this video a thumbs up. Do let me know if you use either of these powders, and if you don't, if you're thinking of getting a new setting powder, which of these you're most likely to purchase. Even though the price per gram is lesser for the Laura Mercier powder, if you just look at the overall price, you're paying $34 here versus $38 here. So, you know, there's lesser money out of your pocket with the velvetizer. But then again, if you are, you know, an avid makeup wearer who, you know, does this whole routine every single day, you might decide, you know, based on how long each powder lasts. For me, I have a ton of makeup. I don't wear it every single day. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you aren't subscribed yet, don't forget to subscribe. If you hit the notification bell right next to the subscribe button, you will be notified of my future videos. Okay, thanks again for watching. Bye.